All righty. Hello, everybody. Hi, this is Anfra live here in Memphis, Tennessee, host of the YAMS talk show. I'm excited today. We are back. YAMS is back. I've taken a hiatus for a few weeks, as you guys know. I've been off work, sick, battling depression. We've talked about that. I had a few shows, but I'm starting back now the first Sunday here in December to finish out season 6, you guys. It has been 6 seasons of YAMS. I started it live back 4 years ago in October, and I've been going ever since. 2020 has been a year where none of the things that most of us planned turned out like they should have because of the COVID-19. So I've extended season 6. It started in January with a live studio audience. I did about 4 shows, I believe, before COVID hit. And I had a sold out audience just about each time. Hopefully in 2021, we can start back YAMS with a live audience again. It was fabulous. You just got to mute your video there, TONIA. I'm excited today about having this guest on. I saw her on the cover of one of my guests, Mr. Delwan Coleman of Coleman and Neal. And she's on the cover of their upcoming magazine, the 901 Union. And I was like, I gotta interview her. Her name is TONIA Johnson-MAYS. She's a writer, director, producer, right here in Memphis, Tennessee. She's gonna share with us who she is, her projects that she's working on, how she started writing, why, and what her journey has been so far, and let us know. I don't know if she's a Memphian. She'll tell us that. TONIA, can you hear me?
I can hear you well.
You can hear me well? Okay, we are side by side. Before we really get into the conversation, I'm going to give people the opportunity to sign on, a few more people. So go ahead and share it. Share this feed to your, I see that you shared it, TONIA. And we're going to listen to the YAMS theme. Just for about 1 minute. I think it's 59 seconds before we start this conversation here, you guys. So let me do that right quick and let people sign on. Please share today's, look, I'm at Chef, okay. So I can listen to Chef. We're gonna listen to the YAMS intro, since I haven't played it in a long time. Love yourself, know yourself, trust yourself, be yourself. My sister, my sister, my sister. You are my sister. You are my sister. Yeah, 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 yeah. Know yourself, yeah, love yourself, be yourself. My sister, my sister, my sister. You are my sister. You are my sister. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yams, 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 yams. Yeah, 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 yes. I'm back, y'all.
You didn't tell me you did your own thing,
girl. Hey, I'm getting ready for television, girl. That was my YAMS theme. I have not played it in quite some time, to be honest with you. And I love it. But I haven't been myself either this year. A lot has happened, TONIA, this year, of course, not just with me, but with the entire world. And I was like, you need to play your YAMS song. You forgot about that. I've been playing other music as intro, and Facebook has shut me down, and you know, all of that. Can you hear me? You still there?
Well.
Yes. Well. So welcome, you guys. Her name is TONIA Johnson-MAYS. I haven't met her personally. We decided to do the Zoom today because of COVID and different things. Huh?
I'm listening.
Okay. And we talked on the phone about 2 weeks ago for about 4 hours. The day that I saw it. And I feel like I know her because you never meet a stranger when you're doing what you do. Would you agree with that, TONIA?
Yeah, when you're doing what you love, it's like everybody that you meet, and that familiar chord automatically puts you on one accord.
Yes, it does. It does. That kindred spirit.
Yes.
And so, like I said, you audience, please share the video. That is all that I ever ask every week, to share the video. But Tonia, are you a Memphian?
I am. I was originally, well, I was birthed in Mississippi, in Marks, Mississippi, to be exact.
Where about?
Quitman County.
Quitman
In
County?
Marks, Mississippi. Yes,
Okay.
Quitman County, where
Okay.
I was born and raised. And I believe we moved up here to Arlington when I was about, I want to say 12, 13
Okay.
years of age.
Okay.
And so we've been in Tennessee ever since.
Okay. Okay. So you really truly are a native Memphian,
Mhm.
born here in Tennessee. I saw you on the cover of 901 Union, the magazine that's coming from Del Juan Coleman and his organization. And as I talked to you, you told me you are a writer, you do movies, you do plays, you do a little bit of everything. So tell us what your project you're working on. What have you done lately? I feel like Janet Jackson. What have you done for me lately?
Well, my latest project, my latest completed project, let me say that, is that we did the Lost and Found Saga. It is a ongoing episodic play. And we've done two different episodes. One is, the first one we did is called the Alexandria story, but the one we just did was November 14th.
Okay.
That was my
a couple weeks ago.
November 14th, and it's dinner theater.
Okay.
Is what it was. And we had a pre-show concert along with it, where I debuted my single, which I will be putting out my goal date February.
Okay. So, okay. The single that is part of the soundtrack for the Saga?
No, it's not a part of the soundtrack for the Saga yet. Del Juan is the producer
of it. Okay.
He tapes where he records films. That's the word.
I know Del Juan.
The movie version of the play.
Okay. So Lost and Found is a dinner theater. And tell us exactly what, for those of us who don't know, what a dinner, it is a stage play, but when you say dinner theater, tell us the difference.
Okay, we actually serve a full meal with the theater.
Yes.
The way we set ours, we always set up our centerpiece is a tower with the hors d'oeuvres, with the appetizers. So when you come, when the first few people come in and sit down, those are brought out to the table, or they're actually sitting on the table. Sometimes, we have them covered, and then they can uncover them when they get in. But because of COVID this year, we brought them out to the table as the people came and sit in. So we had a full meal.
Okay, so I think that's great, because the only dinner theater that I've been to that I've enjoyed and I hosted, so I'm glad to hear that you are doing these in this format of dinner theater. There's a young man here named Princeton Eccles. I'm sure you know him. He does the murder mystery dinner theater. And I love the concept because it's a smaller venue, it's more intimate and interactive. And so now that I know that this is what you do, I want to be at every one that you have that I can possibly be at, and help you to get more people to come out, because it is an experience, is what I say. It's not like just going to a stage play where you're sitting in the audience and you're just watching. It's you're eating, you're socializing. When you leave a dinner theater, you feel almost like you've been to church. You feel really good and part of the whole production, is what I feel anyway. What made you decide to do dinner theater as opposed to the regular stage type of plays?
Well, we wanted to, the idea behind it was we wanted to give the people the entire experience. You don't leave and go somewhere to eat dinner afterwards or anything like that. And so me and my family, which is my church family. We call ourselves the family.
Yes.
Fresh Anointed Ministries. We come together and we sit down and we talked about it, and that's what we decided to do. It was originally just going to be a little something that we did at church, for a fundraiser. But it grew to this. It grew to this, and it is successful. It has been successful.
I love it. So tell me, the Lost and Found, give me a synopsis of what this dinner theater play is about.
Okay, so each Lost and Found Saga, and each episode features a character.
Okay.
Originally, Alexandra was supposed to be a guy.
Okay.
We based the first one off the prodigal son, biblical. And so that's the father and his two sons. Well, we didn't have enough men to cover. So they became two daughters. And so the premises of the Lost and Found Saga overall is that you have a character that loses their way.
Okay, yes. Like so many of us.
Yeah, like so many of us. And so, and throughout the play, we see them fall, and then we see them being lifted up, through their faith and through their, with the help of their family and friends. So we see them lost, and then we see them being brought up, and which is the found portion of it.
Okay, so basically you're telling a story that really relates to most everybody who's lost their way in life on their journey, and you're in the play showing what consequences and choices that people made, and how they got on that path, whatever it may be, off on the wrong track, and you're showing them how in the play how they come back to being who they are and finding their way back to themselves and to God ultimately.
Exactly. And this particular episode here, Alexandria is the oldest sister. So I've always wondered, how did the older brother feel when the father brought him back? Brought the little brother back after he had spent all his money and did, it never tells the older brother's story. And so my pastor, Andrea Randall, she wrote it, and we focus on the unforgiveness that we often have for each other. It's a shame. It's a shame that we can pray for people to do better.
That's right.
And then to do better, we end up being jealous about do better.
Oh my gosh, that word jealous. I'm doing a whole series, Tonia, a YAMS series on the spirit of jealousy, and why Black people, we say we love people, and yet we can't support them. And I say, if you cannot support the people that you love, you do not love them. You don't. You can't. And it is because of what you just said, the spirit of jealousy, and it dominates our Black community particularly, you know what I mean? Especially our families and friends. And so when is your next, I know you just had a dinner theater just a couple of weeks ago, and because of COVID, things have changed for everybody, how we are distributing our work today, even us doing this particular talk show today. When is your next project coming?
My theater wise?
Yeah, whatever you're working on.
I'm working on, my daughter just launched her own lingerie show.
Okay.
And so I have a short series. It's just shorts, not full films, but shorts.
Okay. Short films, they're popular now, yes.
And the first is him and her, a Black man and a Black woman. Is Black love. And so the title of the shorts is him and her. Okay. And so what you'll get to see is special moments of exchange of that love, that energy, that keeps Black love alive. When I tell you, I wish the him was a real person. So he understanding Black man, and so
so you show the dynamics in a relationship between a man and a woman, and you're calling it him and her.
I'm calling it him and her. Okay. And so my short films. Okay. My next project with that is me and my daughter are coming together to do a short to promote both her lingerie and to promote the character of him and her, and we'll be that will be debuted the week of Valentine's.
Oh, that'd be a great hopefully we'll be out of COVID by Valentine's. That's just a couple of months away, but you're going to do this as a short film and not a dinner theater, right?
Now that's short film. The next well, we're trying to gauge the next year. If it's allowed, we will be doing dinner theater, and it's the Lost and Found Saga, and it will be the Daniel story. That's another character. It'll be the Daniel story.
Okay.
And so if COVID allows,
yes,
we will be doing that come late summer, fall. And during that time, we'll be presenting that. We do have the movie version of the first one. It's coming out.
Lost and Found?
Yes, of the Lost and Found Saga. The very first episode, the movie is in Delwan's hand, and completes it. And we get our marketing plan completed, and then we will be debuting that on Facebook as well.
Okay. Now you're working with Delwan Coleman, and he and I have some projects that we are working on, or will be working on next year. So your projects are in very good hands with Mr. Delwan. He is a genius right here in Memphis. I do want to say hi to some of our people who have commented and watching the show. Laura Taylor from the East High School E-Club. I love you, Laura. She says, hey, ladies. Robert Johnson in Detroit, or wherever you live, Robert, he says, enjoying what I'm seeing. Mr. Alonzo Williams from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. He's also a writer, director, producer who's been on the show here in Memphis, and I posted some things. Thank you, Alonzo, for watching. Please share this, you guys. That is all I asked of everybody every week, is just to share my videos so that I can get a greater audience. And then this new person, he has to be a friend of yours, but he just sent me a friend request. Quentin Streeter, hi, Quentin. He says, hi, Tonia, hi, Anfra. How are you, my brother? Thank you for watching. Please share this, you guys. Today, we are talking to writer, director, producer. And what I love about Memphis right now, it is a hotbed of creativity. I mean, people are writing, directing, producing, designing. I love it. I'm trying to interview everybody. And what I love about what's going on, what COVID has shown us, is the entrepreneur spirit that we were born with. You know, like Tyler says, build your own table. Stop trying to be on everybody else's projects and produce your own. We all have the power to write, produce, and direct our own lives. When you take control of that, when you know that you can control the narrative of your life,
come on.
And that's what you're doing, and those are the kind of people that I'm interviewing on YAMS, mostly because we're learning about our own power. And when you understand and learn and accept, and most importantly, execute your power. I'm executing my power.
Right.
You know, and instead of trying to beg and sell my soul to somebody to notice me and accept me and blah, 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 blah. We're living in the information age where, hey, you got the power. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the possibilities are in. I've statement before, the possibilities are endless.
Yes.
But really, the possibilities are endless.
Endless. And so what I love about today is what we didn't have prior to the information age. We had limited options and limited opportunities. And so now we've got a plethora of options and even more plethora of opportunities to live and do the things that God put us here to do, whatever that purpose is, you know? And so my gift, if I use it, I'm gonna bless you with it, and then you will bless me, and we can just keep passing the blessings along, you know what I mean?
Right.
So options and opportunities, I'm doing a whole series on that, because if you're not executing your options and taking advantage of all of these opportunities, you're going to be left behind.
Because there is no excuse. There is no excuse.
I mean, even if you don't do something as simple as have a lawn care service or gardening or whatever, you know, you can't say, I can't do it now. I can't get any advertisement. I don't know how to meet people. Educate yourself. That is what social media is for.
And I mean, like you said, we have a God-given innate that we can tap into. There really is no excuse. And opportunity is out there. If you get outside of yourself, get outside of your pride, opportunity, it is. People want your talent.
They do.
But if you never get out there, Anfra, I'm 47 years old. And this is the first year I decided to step out on faith and do some things that I'm doing. A lot of I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even have the confidence to do a lot of the things, but it was my friends and family that believed in me even more than I did and pushed me out there to do. So let me just thank friends and family, because if you don't have them and those that believe in you, man, that's a blessing. But people are looking for your talent. I'm in a web series written by Jay Smooth, and it's called Smoothnology. Never would have made that connection if it wasn't for Delguan Coleman had this award show. I had never met Jay Smooth before then. I ended up getting a part in his upcoming series.
Wow. What's the web series called?
Smoothnology. I've
got to interview him. I've heard of him. I don't think I've interviewed him, but I've heard of him or seen his post.
Smoothnology. And I'm excited about it. I get to sing. I get to act. I'm ready. Yeah, everybody watching, be on the lookout for Smoothnology, because it's gonna be just that Smoothnology.
Well, you know, about 20 when I first got started, I've been writing. I write books and things. I started out in like '97 when the internet first really came to be normal in everybody's homes. And when I was about to quit my job, one of my coworkers, who was a minister, he told me something that lives with me today. He said, Anfra, he said, I was telling him I want to quit this good job in corporate America. He said, you know what keeps people from living their dreams and pursuing their goals and their ambitions in life? And I was like, no. He said, it's not the fear of failure, it's the fear of success. The fear of success is greater than the fear of, it's easy to fail because you don't have to do anything. Success requires discipline, determination, dedication.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
And so he said to me, he said, if you want to quit your job, you got to learn these 3 Ds: discipline, dedication, and determination. I live by those, because it's easy to get up and say, I'm not going to do nothing today. It's easy to fail. All you got to do is just don't do anything.
You're right.
And so, and so that is some of the things that YAMS and that I try to teach to people, is that success is within all of our reach. The problem is we don't want to reach for it. We just want it to come easily, fall in our laps. We don't have to do anything, baby. If you're going to be in business, you're going to work more than 8 hours a day. You're going to work 12 hours a day, but it's your business. It's your purpose. It's your dreams. So it does not feel like work. And if you're afraid to try, you're going to fail, because only failure is to quit or not do it at all. And so
it's crazy how we think we can succeed without putting in the same work that we would put in on the job that we clock in.
Yes.
I mean, you go to work every day.
Yes.
For those of us that clock in, go to work every day. And we put our all into that job. And even if you don't put your all in it, you still work on it 8 hours, 8 to 12 hours a day. Yes. But then when we get our own, we think we can sleep all day.
Yeah.
And then get up and work 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
And then, talk on the phone, be on this internet, all the different social media all day. And then at the end of the week, we're wondering why we don't have a paycheck. Well, you put in that work.
That's right. And so one of the other things somebody told me earlier on in my career, I don't know who this was, I can't remember. Because before I started doing all this, I tried several businesses before I realized I'm a media mogul. But I was selling home interiors back in the early 90s. I used to do interior decorating and stuff like that for people. And I think it was a home interior lady told me that if you don't put nothing into it, you're not going to get anything out of it. So if something's not working and you haven't put in the work, you haven't been dedicated to it and you're not doing it, you can't get anything. You can't get water out of a well if you didn't put anything in it. You know what I mean? And so I've learned those lessons along the way, that success is not measured by numbers, how much money you make, how many books you sold, how much of this. Success is the manifestation of whatever the dream it is that you had. Once you bring it into fruition, that's the success. Everything else is the byproduct of you saying, okay, I'm gonna do this till it comes till it's manifested. Once it manifests, then it takes its own life. Like a child, it's like giving birth. I tell people all the time, I am pregnant with possibilities. And I give birth to these possibilities every time I bring forth something new that I do. And so many of us are pregnant, but we don't want to go through the laborious part of it to push and bring that product into manifestation. And that's what you are doing. You're bringing your dreams to life.
I can't do it. Doing everything I can. I even have a book in the works with my children and my mother.
Yes.
And it's a book of poetry.
We all have a story to tell. And we all have a story to tell, Tonia. And you should be the one to tell your story. Control your narrative, And so if you share your story and you start getting your children to share their stories, because as Black people, we tend to leave an oral legacy, about the history of our family and things that we've gone through. Now with the information age, not only can you have the oral history, you can put it in writing and do your own books and don't even have to go to a publisher and all that type of thing. We have the power today. That is what I love about the information age today. It has given us the power that we've been longing for and needing for 400 plus years. We don't have to go to the white man for everything. So write on, sister. I tell people to keep writing and keep winning, because as long as you keep writing, because everything you do, whether it is a movie, a book, you want to teach something, learn something, it starts first with the thought and then the written words. Write it down. If you didn't write it down, it didn't happen. So that is a lot of what I try to teach here at YAMS and FIG Production. It's not about me, it's about us. It's about us using the gift, because nobody was born without a gift. Not one person. All of us were born with a gift and a purpose.
All of us with a gift and a purpose. But it's on us. It's on us.
It's on us. And so the jealousy comes in, and we're going to, entrepreneurship 101 is you're going to have to get over the jealousy.
Get over the jealousy and be able to forgive.
Yeah.
But that jealousy hinders forgiveness. It does.
Because people will use their what I've learned is your inner circle, when you're not doing anything with your life, changes once you start doing something positive with your life. Because everybody gets into that comfort zone of where each other are financially and status wise. And once you start to think differently and switch lanes and want to talk about different things, creative things, productive things, intellectual things, those people going to show you who they are, as Maya Angelou says, and your circle is eventually going to change, and the people that were close to you will be on the outer circle, and you'll meet more people that are like-minded, and that circle will change, and you'll look around and you're like, okay, I've got all these creative people right now in my life. I got so many creative people that I talk to because I don't want to talk about BS. I do the same thing I did 20 years ago.
Yeah. And so I
have you experienced that, you know, as you've grown, where you were 5 years ago, have you changed? Do you see the evolutionary process of your life right now?
Yes, most definitely. I am, in fact, one of those people that, no, I'm not going to say that. I am the type of person that I'm just, I'm self-aware for one thing. And so allow a lot of people into my circle.
Yes.
And because I realized the number one, the distraction that it could be.
Yes.
And number two, because I'm not so much world aware.
Yes.
And I realized that's, for me, that can allow things to come into my life that I'm not capable of handling.
Yes.
And so whereas I'm surrounded by people that are more than willing to help me, why would I even invite things into my life that I know that, you know, has the potential to harm me? Yes. And so I keep my circle small for that reason, because I know I'm not world conscious. And so my circle has, in the last 2020 has been a year of expansion. I've expanded my circle because it has been enhanced by other creators, people that you know, that I'm able to pour into their life, and they're able to pour into mine. It is very important to me that I be able to positively affect people's lives. I even prayed here recently, if there's anybody that I'm dealing with that I'm not adding to their lives, God, you know, we often pray, God, remove people from my life, but my prayer was, remove me from people that I'm not able to help. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm not able to pour into somebody, then I am a liability to them. I'm taking up the space that someone else could be able, you know, to help them.
Yeah.
And so I'm very conscious of, you know, and because I realize I can't help everybody. I'm not for everybody. Yeah. But this year I've been able to help more than I ever have. And I've been helped more.
You know, the thing you said about helping people, that is, we all have the very same purpose, and that is to help make the world a better place. It's just that we have different talents and gifts tools to use to help the world be a better place. But one of the things that we have to understand is that life is a business. And what I'm learning as YAMS grows and people recognize me when I go out to the grocery store or whatever the case may be, sometimes I just want to throw on something and go out, right? And I don't want to take a picture, I don't want you to recognize me, but I get people to always inbox me or call me, or they're wanting my help. And I'm like, financially, you know, I can't solve your problems. I just had to answer an email today. Somebody will inbox me asking me, could I do some type of, I forgot what the question was, but I was like, I'm not in that business right now. What makes you think you can just contact me for some money? YAMS is a talk show, not a bank. You know what I mean? So it hurts me that there are people, I have to be more conscious that everybody that comes into your life doesn't necessarily mean you any good. You know, I've got to be able to filter through the people who just gimme. You know what I mean? And so when I told the person that I could not help them financially, they were like, "But I thought you helped people." This was in the email, in the my instant message, and I'm like, "Yeah, I've done some fundraisers for people, but this person wanted some help with their rent. And I was like, what? But anyway, so I'm learning some of the downside of being a public speaker, being out in the public and having my show here, and people see what I do. They get the wrong impression. I heard the saying that says, unfortunately, the fame becomes before the fortune. You know what I mean? And so I'm learning how to navigate that as YAMS grows and a lot of the projects that I get off the ground, because I don't want people to slander my name. You know what I mean? So we have to be careful as people who are public figures living our dreams and stuff, of the people who really just out to, you know, that are just out to take and not give, you know. And I'm a giver, unfortunately, in some ways, you know what I mean? So as you become more successful, I've heard this so much with so many entertainers and people in public, you become kind of paranoid because you don't know who you can trust anymore. You know, everybody has their hand out and nobody wants to offer you a hand. That seems to be happening to me right now.
Well, I haven't reached that fame or fortune.
Yeah, I got the fame more than the fortune, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm learning, you know, and what I learned, like Maya Angelou says, when you learn, you teach.
That's it.
And so I'm learning these things. I'm learning all of these things so that when that fortune comes, because I'm not in this totally to make a whole lot of money, to get rich quick or anything like that. The premise of me and YAMS and FIG Productions is to be of service to the community, not to give you a handout, but to help you. If you don't want to educate yourself and learn how to do things for yourself, then you don't really want help. You just want a hand. You just want somebody to take care and solve your problems. Because to me, at the end of the day, we all have our lives are consequences of our choices. So when people don't want to change their habits and change their choices and keep being in the same thing over and over again, if you don't want to change, stop begging people for help, because you don't want to change your behavior. You don't want to change and grow and evolve. Realize you can't keep doing the same things over and over again and expect a different result. You just can't do that, you know?
That's the definition of insanity. And so
it is. And so that's what happens. And so I get all those type of emails, but I just love interviewing people like you who are, you know, you are doing something that you love to do. When you are writing these plays and you get these ideas, what is your process to get them out of you and down on paperwork where you can then start the process of producing it? Does it take you a long time to write a play? You get an idea. How does your writing process work?
It usually just runs around in my head until I can actually write it down.
Okay.
There was never any intention in the beginning for the Lost and Found Saga to be anything other than just that one. So, and like I was saying in the 901 Union in the newsletter, as I was writing one character, the other ones were saying me.
Yep.
I have a story to tell, and so it progressed from there. Him and her. I had a thought.
Okay.
And I love our Black men. I love our kings, and so I thought of, I don't know what happened. Something, I think it had to do when all the unrest first started this year.
Yeah.
And the Black men were all over the news. And I was moved to do a piece to honor them, to lift them up. And the thing is, in lifting them up, I ended up lifting the sisters up. You cannot lift up your
one and not lift the other up.
Yes, exactly. And so that was my tribute to our Black men, you know? And I want to keep it going, because every time I write a skit, an episode, a letter, because I even write letters from him and her, you know, from her to him, her. And every time I do it, it just makes my soul smile.
I know.
It makes my soul smile. So like I said, it just runs around in my head until I sit down and I do it.
Yeah.
I write the first play I wrote, I starred in it and I had to learn it because it flowed fast. God code, Anfra. He code. Oh, yeah. It flowed so smoothly from information that I had to actually learn the words that I wrote to portray them. So
when
it's like a spiritual thing, you know.
But that is what the Bible even calls inspired by God. It's when you write something, because when I write, so often when I'm writing, I was like, who wrote that? I didn't know I had the power to even write those type of words. Writing is a powerful tool because you, like you said, these characters and these ideas, I think they come to you and you are just the vessel to bring them to life.
Oh, that's it exactly. That's it. It's just my pen, and it's just yes.
So exactly. I get that. We want to say hello to a couple more people here. Vanessa Barton says, hello, ladies. Can't wait to attend your event. Hey, Vanessa's one of my high school classmates. And Laura Taylor says, right. Jessica Baldwin. Hi, Jessica. Jessica, I got to call you. She's in Hattiesburg. Hi, Jessica. And Laura says, yes, it's awesome. Yes, we do. The one thing that as a writer, that is the first thing. Before you can bring anything to life, you need to, like we talked about, write it down. How long have you been writing? Did you start as a little girl? Did you get into it as an adult? The writing part of it, how long have you been writing?
I've been writing since I was about eight or 9. Wow. I wasn't accepted into the popular group or anything like that. And so reading and writing was both therapeutic and it was a joy to me. When I write in color.
Yes.
If that makes sense. I write in color. And so when I'm writing, I can see the reel, I can see the actors, I can hear the voices, it's all there as the pen is on the paper. And as you can see, I just get excited just thinking about it. And so so the writing started with poetry.
Yes.
Because it was how I expressed myself.
Yes.
And most of the time it was feelings of inadequacy, feelings of loneliness, you know. Those were the things that poured from my paper, you know, from my pen to paper. Yes. And so that's how it started. It was a way for me to express myself when I didn't feel that anybody else wanted to hear from me. The pen and the paper was not biased to me. They loved me, and I had nothing to prove to them.
You are a true writer at the core of your being and all of your gifts, because I know there are a lot of art forms and ways to express yourself. For me as a writer, the core of who I am is a writer. Everything else is just byproducts of speaking and all the other things that I do. So what you just described about writing, there's a sense of peace that comes over writers when we write something. And poetry is a great expression. Now, do you do spoken word, or do you just write down your poetry?
I just write down my poetry. I've never done spoken word. I've never tried it.
You should try it.
I haven't tried it. I'm of the belief, because I'm of the belief that if I tried it, that I could do it. But
yes.
I've never tried it. The book that I wrote with my children and my mother, it is a book of poems and short stories.
Yeah. Yes. And you're doing it with your mother, and you're doing the short stories and poetry with your mother and your who now?
And my children.
Oh, how old are your children?
My baby just turned 21. So he's 21, 24, and 27. Okay. And so it's generations. It's the title is Generations of Pain. And it's just us expressing ourselves with the pen.
Oh, yeah. So do they like to write? Do they have the gift, the bug of writing?
Yes, yes, they do. Both my son, my son and my youngest daughter, they sing.
Okay.
They sing, and so they write songs.
Okay, that's writing.
Which is just lyrical poetry.
Yes.
And and all of our gifts are hereditary. My mom is an awesome, awesome writer. She paints and writes.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so my mom is one of those people. She's blessed with anything that she does with her hand.
Yes.
It ends up being awesome.
So it's a family affair then. The gift of writing and artistry is a family affair. It's genetic. It's innate in you guys.
It is. It is. One of the things that I'll be doing next year is doing again COVID. I want to do a single release party with my mother. I mean, not my mother, my baby brother, my son, daughter, where all of us release a single, a song at the same time.
Okay.
Family, again, like you said, a family affair. That's just one of the things I want to do. Don't know if I'm going to get to do it.
I know. No, I understand.
That's one of the things that I would love to be able to do. Even my uncle, I'm featured on a song that he just dropped, and
so you are a singer songwriter too.
Yes, I sing too, and I ain't got. I'm one of those that nobody has to listen to me, because when I sing, it's for me.
I got you. I got you. So really, what I love about what your story is, it kind of mirrors what I feel about me and so many other people. There's even a part in the Bible where, you know, that part in the Bible that talks about, I don't know the book or the chapter, about the gifts and how one son wouldn't use his gift and buried his gift, and the other son kept using his gift. And
talent. I'm familiar with the talents. I am.
Okay. So what I love about once you start to use the one gift that you do know that you have, whatever that gift may be, once you use that gift, then you'll discover more and more gifts. So I started out just as a writer, then I added poet, then I added speaker, then I added talk show host, comedian, producer, writer, director. I was like, dang, I thought I had talent. And you are doing the same thing, because you have to use the one gift that you know how to do.
And then tap into it, and it just grows and grows and grows.
And it evolves. And before you know it, you realize what I love about the gifts is, as you discover these different gifts, every different gift becomes a different avenue for revenue for your business of your life.
Yeah, room for you.
Said your gift will make room for you, you guys.
Yes.
You guys, you know, Tonia, 20 years ago, when I released my first book, God told me I would have a talk show, and I would not have to go to any network to do it, and it would be seen around the world. Okay. Now I believe God, but I was like, yeah, I don't know how you're gonna do that one, but okay. Little did I know this, it has taken some time to get it off the ground and everything, don't get me wrong. But little did I know that he was going to give Mark Zuckerberg a gift of Facebook, okay? Social media, live broadcast, where that the prophecy and what God told me 20 years ago would be manifested. I couldn't see this when he told me this one day in a park in like 1999. I could not see how he was going to make this possible. But I never doubted it. I believed it, and I kept speaking it into existence. Do you understand it? So now I know anything is possible, even if you can't see it. That's what faith is.
That's what faith.
That's what faith is. You know, I had no idea. I'm not gonna have to go to a network. I'm not gonna have, don't nobody know me like that. And so I'm saying that not to brag, but to encourage, to inspire. You know, that anything is possible, but you not only have to believe, you have to keep striving to achieve it. You know what I mean? And so that is what we're here to do. That's the gift, to share your gift. It might not help the people that you think it's gonna help, but you keep planting the seeds and they're gonna grow and you don't know where they're gonna sprout up at, you know? And I'm here today because of that prophecy, or that thing that God told me 20 some years ago. I'm interviewing you today off of what something that God told me over 20 some years ago. So what you're doing is reaching people, baby.
Yes, thank you. Oh my goodness. And you just dropped that, but that's a seed. That's a seed that I'm hoping. I mean, I know I got, and so I'm hoping somebody that's watching. I'm hoping it take root in their spirit, and they realize that they can do it too. The good thing about it is that you don't have to worry about it not being enough room for your gift, whatever it is.
That's right.
The world is not going to run. The world need whatever it is that's inside. The world needs. That one sent me an inspirational something. I can't remember who it was by, but one of the things said was that there are a lot of people who the guy he was saying there's a lot of people in your circle that can't move from where they are because they're waiting for what's inside of you. What's you is the platform that's going to give someone else the ability to move further, to move higher, to change their entire life.
Yes.
So we can't sit on our gifts because we don't know whose life we are meant to change with something as simple as us manifesting a gift, writing a song and singing it.
Yes.
So, or a play, or just sharing the fact that I'm 47 years old and this is the first time I've done a song on my own. You know what I'm saying?
I can't wait to hear it. And tell people how to purchase it, because the one thing that I will always do is be supportive. You know, that is what the foundation here is for, is to support people and give them the opportunity to be interviewed. Everybody can't be on Oprah, and everybody can't be, everybody has a talk show and a podcast. And what I've learned and what I've shared with people is, do not compete or compare your gift to others, in the sense that everybody's doing it, I can't do it now, whatever. You do what it is that you do, and do it well, and hone it and craft it and perfect it, and just keep doing it and putting it out there. If you go in Barnes and Noble, there's 1 million books, but there can also be room for 1,000,001, you know?
That is it.
Just don't compete and compare your gift. Just use your gift, hone your gift, nurture your gift, water your gift, and watch that gift grow.
Look, don't forget to share the gift too. We got to share the gift.
And that's just the whole thing. And so if you don't share it, if you got a good book or a good song or a good whatever, and you scared to show it to somebody and share it, how are people going to see it and know it and buy it and purchase it or support you in any way? You got to, it's like a kid, you got to give birth to it and let it do what it do when it gets grown, as long as you treat it well.
That's it.
That is it. We are about, this hour goes by so fast. Oh my God, it is 7:57. So when 2020 comes, 2021, whatever your next project is, and we all are the creative people around the world, we're all kind of reluctant to book dates and release things, because we're trying to get through this COVID pandemic. So, but once we do get through this, and we will, and we are, going to get through it. I want you to come back on and be a part of the studio audience. Hopefully I'll have a live studio audience again next year. I'm going to keep doing it like we're doing it here now. But I want you to, anytime you release a project or projects, however, bring your, give me at least 30 days so that I can book you, because I'm normally booked for like a month or so at a time, but to contact me so that when it debuts, I can have you and the cast on the show. Okay.
Okay.
And I also do, especially you have to book me in advance. I come out and do the whole like Entertainment Tonight thing. I host these events for plays, and where I'm there with my whole backdrop and everything, interviewing, hyping up the crowd. And then once the play is over with, the actors come out and I interview them live on Facebook and social media, and just gives it that whole ambiance of I don't know, kind of like the ET thing, you know what I mean? And so I like doing those things to help people, because people need to see that we are creating our own Hollywood. YAMS has named Memphis the new Hollywood, baby. we the new Hollywood. We're writing, directing, producing, and producing our own events. And it's a beautiful feeling to be a part of this evolution here in Memphis, Tennessee right now. That's touching the world.
And it's an awesome thing. And I am truly excited about 2021.
Yes.
I'm leaving out 2020 and it owes me nothing, Anfra. I have done everything that God has given me the power to do. I didn't sit on anything. And even 2021, if I'm not able to be in a building, then I will present I'm not going to say because I never move and operate by myself. I got surrounded by a team. So if we can't present it to people personally, we're going to present it what's the word? Virtually.
Virtual, yes.
Okay. So it's not gonna stop anything. It's just change how it's presented, but it won't stop going to be presented.
Yes, and I think those are some of the life lessons that we are learning from COVID. Is that which I think in the long term, so many things we can learn from this pandemic. But one of them is that to adapt to change, and how to. If you've been doing things one way all the time, you need to adapt to change, and how to take your whatever it is you do and spread it out and do it in different formats and different ways, and be open to learning new things. And so there's so much that we can learn from this particular pandemic that has changed our lives forever. Most of it will be for the good once we get through it and learn the lessons. Because if we don't learn the lessons from COVID, it's going to repeat itself. You know what I mean? But I'm very, very excited about you, and I'm very happy to be supportive and to have met you like this. I just want us to meet the next time live in person and meet the cast of your shows. More people are signing on. Deborah Brandon says, hey family, Del Juan. Yes. Hey guys, they've had a book signing tonight here, Del Juan them. Hi Deborah, hi Tay. Tay Beasley is on here. I think you may know Tay. I'm not sure. Hey, Tay. I'm going to be on the cover of his magazine next month. Believe that. I'm going to be on the cover of Art magazine in January. YAMS is. So those opportunities are coming to me because I've interviewed people, you know. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
You know Tay?
Yes, he's in the 901. That it looks like they're all coming off the call. The 901 call, yes. It happened 30. And so I had I dropped out of the call to come to the interview. And it looks like that's what they're doing. They are coming off the 901.
Tanisha Cass, hi. 901, baby. 901 is powerful. 901 is the new Hollywood, baby. 901 Memphis, Tennessee, Shelby County. We are doing it here in Memphis, Tennessee today.
We 501 in the 901. Tanisa Casa, she's in the 501. She's in Arkansas. And
what city is 501? What city is 501?
If I'm not mistaken, it's Little Rock, Arkansas.
Little Rock, all righty. Tay says, yes, woo woo. So opportunities, the more you use your gift, and for those of you who are watching, whatever your gift is, own it, claim it, do it, work it, be it, speak it, live it.
Yes.
That's what you need to do with your gift. And once you do those things, you won't have time for silly things. a non-meaningful thing. You'll become more conscious of how you live your life, how you spend your money, where you spend your money, who you spend your time with, you know, because you'll be so on purpose. And purpose gives your life a meaning, a meaning, you know, that's greater than motherhood, greater than being a parent. Not to knock those things, but your kids grow up. If you raise them right, they're supposed to grow up and fly the nest. You have got to have a purpose that's totally yours. And once you live it, do it, say it, be it, speak it, share it, these are the type of things that happen, you know?
Yes.
And it's meant for all of us. There's no such thing as favor if you are using your gift. You know what I mean? If you're using your gift, things happen. You just align yourself with what God meant for you to have. People call it favor. I call it alignment. This was meant for my life because it was meant for your life, because you got it aligned with your purpose. You got it aligned and shared your gift. It's no favor. It's just called obedience, if anything. But I thank you guys so much. Thank you, Tay. He says, praise break. Yes, God. I love you, Tay. Thank you for having me on the cover next month. But that is our show for today, you guys. Thank you so much. Again, Tonia Johnson Mays, thank you so much. I wish you so much success. Success is, we're living right now in success. This is success, what we're doing. I wish you even more success, and I want to share it with you every time you got something come out, girl.
Before we leave, I don't know how I didn't do this, but I have a business, and it's called Craving for Cookies. I bake homemade
cookies. Okay.
Craving for Cookies, and that's even the Facebook page. The Facebook page is cookies, and I do homemade cookies. That's my specialty.
Okay.
And so there's a note. If you go to the page, you'll see all of the different kinds of cookies that I make. And I like to say that's not a cookie that I won't make. I may not have made it before, but if you want it, I'm quite sure.
Okay. So there's another talent. There you go, another gift. So how can we reach you and people follow you on social media? Tell us that.
Okay, I am on Facebook, of course. It's Tonia Johnson Mays, and I'm on Instagram as Tonia J _Mays. Okay. So those are the two platforms that I'm on right now.
Okay, so you guys, please send a friend request if you are watching right now on Facebook. I don't know if you've gotten to your 5,000 followers. I have. I got to delete some people when I get off of here. And please, you know, support her. Steve Brown just came on. He says, we love Yams. I love you, Steve. Continue to walk in your purpose, ladies. Steve Brown. Do you know Steve Brown?
I've heard of him.
Oh my God. He is another writer, director, producer who's written some fantastic plays here in Memphis. I met him about a year or so ago. He's been on my show several times. Once we get through COVID, YAMS may even have some type of event to bring together the creative minds of all the writers, directors, and producers that I've met here. And so we can share not only just the gifts and the ideas, but some of the things we've learned not to do. It's important to know what to do, but some of the things we can help each other to share, you know, ways in which we can do things and make all of our events and products even better. You know what I mean? And reach more of an audience. So hi, Steve. Steve, I love you, Steve. He knows that. He's such a good person. But reach out to Steve Brown. He's a writer, director, producer here. We got so many. You know, I'm just so glad.
I don't know him personally, but through Rose, because of Chad Rose, I'm aware of him.
Yes, he's been in. Oh my God, yes. Chad Rose. Yes, I'm surprised Chad is not on here, but he may be filming something today. But yeah, Chad has been in productions. Chad is so funny. He's done his own 3 Diamonds. I think it's called 3 Diamonds Productions. Chad Rose. Steve is Steve Brown Productions, I believe, Steve. But reach out to each other. Also, Alonzo Williams from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. He's on here. You guys become friends. He brings his plays here. I've been there hosting his events, his plays. He has a lot of great things that he does. We can all share information and share opportunities to help each other, because everybody can't be at everybody's place, but we can get together so we can all support and help advertise and share what we're doing so that we all can be successful together. You know, together is what it's going to take to get us through through everything. So thank you, Steve. Thank you, guys. Please share this video. That is all that I ask. That is our show for today. I will be back next week, next Sunday at 7 o'clock YAMS. I'm going to be interviewing, her name is Kenyon Azari. She's out of, well, she was originally from Massachusetts. She now lives in North Carolina. We're going to be talking to her about her journey through heart disease. We're going to talk about how heart disease affects us as Black women, or women in particular, and men as well. She's going to share her journey with us. Kim is the very first person that believed in me, you guys. Back in 1998, when I started You Are My Sister online, I think I was the first blogger. They weren't calling it blogging back then, but I was a blogger back then, doing a weekly column. She received one of my motivational messages called From Powerless to Powerful. And she invited me to come speak at a women's conference in Boston, Massachusetts, you guys. Part of the testimony that I'm sharing about that is God had told me that I would be speaking everywhere. And I was like, don't nobody know me. And by one message that I wrote called From Powerless to Powerful back in 1998, this is when people were sharing emails. We didn't have all this. She received that email, that motivational message from You Are My Sister, called me up, invited me to come speak. And when I got to the airport there, I had to fly into Springfield, Connecticut. There was somebody waiting on me to pick me up, limousine service, with my name on it. And I was like, God, and God was like, I told you. So I haven't seen her in 20-something years, and she's coming on next week to share her journey, you know, for her health and everything, and everything else that she's doing. She may be watching today, but then I'll have the next week, I'll have on a young entrepreneur who started her own cooking cookies. It's called Simone Sweet. She's about 8 or 9 years old. Her parents have helped her start her own business and her own cooking show.
Okay.
And then another author at the end of the month. So I'm booked for this month, and then we'll start 2021 off, hopefully, probably not with a live studio audience, but YAMS will be back in 2021 with a lot more to come. And you'll be on again next year sometime with whatever your next event is, okay? I thank you guys for tuning in today. Please share this video. I'm gonna leave you guys. If you have any questions, you know, inbox her, contact her at TONIA Johnson MAYS on Facebook, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And just become friends with her and follow her so that you guys can know when her next project, her next book, or next performance, whatever it may be, so that we can support each other. Because here at YAMS, I do believe, and I posted this today, if you cannot help and support the people that you love, you do not love them. I'm gonna say that again. If you cannot support the people that you love, you do not love them. And we want to share love and support here at YAMS. So please do that, you guys. That is it for today. Anything else you want to say before we go?
No, just thank you. I appreciate the opportunity and that you've given me to come and share with the people.
Thank you. Okay, you guys, I will see you next Sunday. We're going to leave out again with my YAMS theme as we close out today. Hold on one second here. Let me play it here, and I will see you guys next week. This is wonderful. Love yourself, know yourself, trust yourself, be yourself. My sister, my sister, my sister. You are my sister. You are my sister. Yeah, 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 yeah. You are my sister. Trust yourself, be yourself. My sister, my sister, my sister. You are my That's me singing on that song. You are my sister. Yeah, 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 yeah. YAMS. YAMS, 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 YAMS. see you next week, next Sunday. Thank you.